Welcome to the TheForge tutorials Maya masterclass. In today's video, we are going to discuss how to combine and separate objects. Now in previous lessons, we talked about how to create a hierarchy if you want to mechanically rig an object, or how to create a group if you want to organize multiple objects. Now what if we want to treat this whole collection as a single object? You can do that by combining these objects into a single object. Let's open an outliner. Right now you can see we have a hierarchy setup and a group setup. But suppose for the purposes of what we want to use this merry-go-round for, we don't need access to every single individual object. We can use it as a single object as well. Let's select every mesh that we want to combine into one, and then go to our mesh menu and then click on the combine button here. As you can see now, Maya has combined all of our objects into a single object here. Now Maya is gonna give the combined object the name of the last selected object in your selection. So the last object we selected in our selection was the railing02 nut. So it named our object railing02 nut. You can change that by double clicking on that and then typing the name that you wanna give it. I'm gonna name it merry-go-round. But if you take a look at the outliner, you can still see we have some connection to our old nodes. What this is called is the history of our old objects. And if we go to our attribute editor, let's click on our attribute editor. You can see in the attribute editor we have a new node called polyunite. Now this is our combine node. Now in order to get rid of all of these old connections, you need to do something that is called deleting the history. In order to delete the history, you need to go to your edit menu. Go down to your delete by type and then click on history. Now this will delete the history of the object. And as you can see, the polyunite node has vanished as well. And we are going to talk about history in detail and how you can manage it in future lessons, so don't worry about that. So that now we know how to combine objects, you can also separate these objects. Similarly, in order to separate the object, you need to select the object that you want to separate, go to your mesh menu and click on the separate button. Now this will separate the mesh and it will create a group in the outliner. You can see it will separate every mesh on its own. Every mesh that is not connected to any other mesh will get separated. Since they were individual bolts and were not connected to each other, all of our individual bolts got separated as well. So let's go back to our default view. So these were your combine and separate commands. So whenever you want to treat multiple objects as one, you can combine them together and then manipulate it as a single object in your scene. So I'm gonna keep this video small and end it right here. And as always, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, drop a comment and all that jazz. And if you want to support me directly, the link to my merch store and my Patreon is in the description down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.